Trading is not just a skill. It is a transformation, a daily battle between who you are and who you want to become. And every morning when you sit in front of the charts, you are choosing whether you will rise or fall, improve or repeat, grow or stay stuck. Because the market will not wait for you. It will not slow down for you. It will not reward your emotions. It will only reward your discipline. And that is why the very first truth you must understand is simple. Trading is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. And consistency is the one thing most people will never master, because they want results without effort, profits without practice, wins without wisdom, and success without sacrifice. But you are not like them. You did not show up to complain. You did not step into this world to quit after a loss. You came here to grow, to learn, to sharpen your mind and rewrite your future. And every candle that forms on the chart is reminding you that opportunities are endless for the ones who are patient, disciplined, and brave enough to trust the process even when the process feels slow, painful, and uncertain, because real traders understand this. The market is a mirror. It reflects your habits, it exposes your weaknesses, it magnifies your emotions, and it teaches you lessons that no book, no course, no mentor can teach you. Because here, in this world, you are forced to face yourself. Your fear of missing out, your fear of losing, your fear of being wrong, your need to be right, your impatience, your ego, your doubt, your overconfidence. Everything you try to hide from the world becomes visible when you trade. And that is why only a few survive long enough to win big. Because trading is not about strategy alone. It is about psychology, discipline, risk management, and emotional control. The things most people ignore until they blow their account. And then they blame the market instead of blaming their mindset. But you are waking up. You are evolving. You are understanding that the secret is not in catching every move. The secret is in protecting your capital, managing your risk, and waiting for high-probability setups that match your plan. Because the market doesn't care about how badly you want to win. It cares about how well you manage the moments where you could lose. And this is where greatness is built, not in the wins, but in how you respond to the losses, how you act when you're down, how you stay calm when price moves against you, how you stick to your stop loss, how you avoid revenge trading, how you respect your rules even when your emotions scream at you to break them. Because every trader goes through pain, but only disciplined traders turn pain into power, and you are becoming one of them. You are learning that patience pays more than prediction, discipline pays more than desire, and emotional control is worth more than any indicator. Because when your mind is steady, your decisions become sharp, your trades become clear, and your results begin to transform. And yes, the journey is long, the nights are stressful, the losses hurt, the doubt feels heavy, but you must remember, every professional trader was once a beginner who felt exactly what you feel right now. Every great trader faced days where nothing made sense, weeks where nothing worked, months where they questioned everything. But they stayed, they learned, they analyzed, they recorded their trades, they reviewed their mistakes, they refined their strategy, and step by step they built a mindset stronger than the market itself. And that is what separates winners from quitters. Not talent, not luck, but the ability to continue when everything inside you wants to stop. And right now, as you listen to this, you are building that strength, you are building that discipline, you are building that mindset. Because you are not trading to get rich quickly. You are trading to become unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. Someone who does not panic when the chart moves fast. Someone who does not jump into trades without confirmation. Someone who does not fear red days because they know red days are part of the journey. Someone who understands that mastery comes from repetition, and repetition comes from showing up every single day, improving one decision at a time. Because every hour you study, every chart you review, every mistake you analyze, every emotion you control, every rule you follow, all of it compounds into a future where you trade with confidence, clarity, and consistency, and that future begins with the choices you make today. So choose to be disciplined, choose to wait for your setup, choose to protect your capital, choose to trade with logic instead of emotion, choose to follow your plan even when it feels difficult, choose to trust the process even when results come slow. Because slow progress is still progress. And consistent progress creates unstoppable momentum. And momentum builds mastery. And mastery builds freedom. The freedom to control your time, your income, your lifestyle. The freedom to break the limits you once believed in. The freedom to rise above the noise. The freedom to design a life where you rely on your skill, your discipline, and your strategy. Not on luck, not on chance, not on someone else's signal. Because you are becoming independent, self-reliant, and strong. And this is exactly what trading teaches you when you commit fully. It teaches you to think, to wait, to observe, to adapt, to grow, to remain calm under pressure, to make decisions with precision, to manage risk like a professional, to trust your judgment, to take responsibility for your actions, to stay focused while everyone else is distracted, and to hold your vision even when the journey feels tough. Because the market will test you, it will shake you, it will challenge every weakness, but you will rise through every challenge. Because you are not here to break, you are here to build. Build a mindset that cannot be shaken, build skills that cannot be taken, build confidence that cannot be stolen, build discipline that cannot be destroyed, and build a future that cannot be stopped. Because trading is not just numbers on a screen, it is the path to a stronger, smarter, more resilient version of you. And you are stepping into that version right now, one trade, one lesson, one disciplined decision at a time. And no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it becomes, you will not quit, you will not break, you will not fall, because this is your journey, your mission, and your evolution, and you will master it. Every trader reaches a point where fear and doubt creep in, where losses feel heavier than wins, where every chart movement feels like a personal attack. And it is in these moments that the real test begins, because trading is not about making money when everything is easy. It is about making the right decisions when everything feels impossible. And this is what separates amateurs from professionals: the ability to remain calm when the market is chaotic, to stay focused when everyone else panics, to trust your plan when your emotions scream to abandon it. And the truth is that no indicator, no strategy, no tip, no signal can replace the power of a disciplined mind. And the disciplined mind is built through repetition, through daily commitment, through reviewing every trade, every mistake, every emotion, and learning relentlessly. Because the market does not reward hope, it does not reward wishful thinking. It rewards preparation, patience, and persistence. And that is why you must embrace every small loss, every minor setback, every red candle as a teacher. Because in these moments, when you do not react impulsively, when you follow your rules, when you control your emotions, you are building an inner strength that cannot be shaken by any market condition. And this strength is the most valuable asset any trader can have, stronger than any strategy, sharper than any indicator, more reliable than luck, because luck is temporary, but discipline lasts forever. And as you continue your journey, you will begin to understand that trading is more than profit and loss, more than winning trades and losing trades. It is a mirror reflecting who you truly are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your fears, your patience, your self-control, your ego. And every time you sit at the screen, you are forced to confront yourself. And this confrontation is uncomfortable. It is challenging. It is demanding. But it is also the only way to grow, the only way to transform into a trader who is consistent, calm, and capable of handling any market condition. And when you finally grasp this truth, you will start to see losses not as failures, but as lessons, as opportunities to refine your skills, improve your strategy, strengthen your mindset, and sharpen your focus. And every winning trade will feel more meaningful, every successful decision more rewarding, because now it is not about chasing money. It is about proving to yourself that you have what it takes to stay disciplined, to stay patient, to stay calm, to follow your plan, and to take responsibility for every decision. And this responsibility is liberating, because when you take full ownership of your trading, you no longer blame the market, you no longer blame the broker, you no longer blame other traders, you no longer seek excuses. You simply act with precision, consistency, and confidence. And this is where mastery begins, when you are no longer a victim of the market, but a student of it, learning its patterns, respecting its rules, adapting to its behavior, and making decisions that are logical, calculated, and controlled. And the beauty of this path is that it builds character beyond trading, because patience in the market teaches patience in life. Discipline in trading teaches discipline in habits. Self-control in losses teaches emotional control in challenges. And focus in analysis teaches focus in every pursuit. And as you continue, every setback will feel smaller, every challenge will feel manageable, every decision will feel clearer, because you are developing a mental toughness that cannot be shaken by fear, doubt, or uncertainty. And this toughness is your real edge in trading, far beyond indicators, charts, or strategies, because when your mind is strong, your execution is sharp, your risk is controlled, and your results improve naturally, effortlessly, consistently. And as your confidence grows, you will realize that consistency is not a one-time act. It is a habit, a lifestyle, a way of thinking, and the more disciplined you become, the more the market will reward you, not because it favors you, but because disciplined traders create the conditions for success, They do not rely on luck. They do not react emotionally. They do not chase opportunities blindly. They wait, they prepare, they execute perfectly. And when you combine patience, discipline, and emotional control, you become unstoppable because no market condition, no unexpected news, no volatile spike can shake a trader who has mastered these principles. And this mastery is not instantaneous. It is built day by day, trade by trade, decision by decision, and the longer you commit, the stronger your mindset becomes, the clearer your decisions become, and the more profitable and confident you become. And the ultimate secret that every top trader knows is that trading success is a journey, not a destination. It is about the process, not the result. It is about learning, improving, adapting, and growing every single day. And once you accept this truth, everything changes because you stop fearing losses, you stop chasing greed, you stop being distracted by emotions, you start focusing on the process, you start trusting your strategy, you start respecting your rules, and you start executing with clarity, precision, and confidence. And this clarity allows you to spot opportunities others miss, to make decisions calmly while others panic, to control risk when others take reckless trades, to stay disciplined when others abandon their plan, and to steadily accumulate consistency, which is the true foundation of long-term success. And this success is not just financial, it is mental, emotional, and personal. Because mastering yourself in trading means mastering your mind, your habits, your emotions, your decisions, your focus, your patience, and your resilience. And these qualities spill over into every area of life, making you stronger, smarter, more confident, more disciplined, more capable, and more unstoppable in everything you do. And this is why trading is not just a career, it is a training ground for greatness, because it forces you to confront your weaknesses, to refine your skills, to take responsibility, to execute consistently, to manage emotions, to think clearly, to act decisively, to adapt rapidly, and to grow relentlessly in every trade you take. Every lesson you learn, every rule you follow, every mistake you correct is one step closer to the trader you want to become, the person you want to be, the life you want to live. And you must remember that success in trading is not measured by a single winning trade, a single profitable month, or even a single successful year. It is measured by your growth, your discipline, your consistency, your ability to execute your plan flawlessly under pressure, and your ability to control yourself in every situation. And if you can master yourself, master your emotions, master your decisions, and master your process, the results will follow naturally, inevitably, consistently. And you will realize that the power was within you all along, the power to stay disciplined, to stay patient, to stay focused, to stay calm, to trust the process, to learn from mistakes, to improve relentlessly, to grow stronger every day, to turn losses into lessons, to turn challenges into opportunities, to turn fear into confidence, to turn doubt into clarity, to turn discipline into freedom, and to finally become the trader, the person, and the master you were destined to be. There comes a moment in every trader's journey when things begin to shift, when the noise fades, when the confusion turns into clarity, when the pressure becomes purpose, and when the person you used to be is no longer the person you are becoming, because trading forces evolution. It pushes you to sharpen your mind, your discipline, your emotional control, your patience, and your ability to stay calm under pressure. And you begin to realize that every challenge you once feared is now the very thing that strengthens you. Every loss that once scared you is now a lesson that improves you. Every mistake that once frustrated you is now a stepping stone toward mastery. And when you reach this mindset, the market no longer feels like an enemy. It feels like a teacher, a mentor, a mirror reflecting exactly what you need to work on. And in that moment, the breakthroughs begin, the progress accelerates, the growth compounds. Because trading is not about quick results, it is about consistent evolution. And your evolution becomes unstoppable when you accept that patience is power, discipline is freedom, and emotional control is the sharpest weapon you can carry. And the truth is that most people quit long before they see the reward. They want easy wins, instant profits, fast success, but they never realize that the market doesn't reward desire, it rewards dedication. And that is why you are different. You are still here, still learning, still growing, still fighting, still showing up, still improving, because you understand that mastery is built piece by piece, decision by decision, day by day, and every time you choose discipline over impulse, logic over emotion, patience over fear, consistency over chaos, you are building a version of yourself that no market crash, no losing streak, no challenge can break, and that version of you is powerful, unstoppable, and prepared for every scenario. Because you have seen what happens when you act emotionally. You have seen what happens when you break your rules. You have seen what happens when you chase trades. And now you are learning to control what once controlled you, mastering what once overwhelmed you, strengthening what once weakened you. And this shift is the foundation of great trading. Because great traders are not defined by perfect entries or magical predictions. They are defined by discipline, patience, and mastery of self. And when you understand this, everything changes because now you see the market for what it truly is, not a source of stress, but a field of opportunity, not a place of fear, but a place of focus, not a gamble, but a game of probabilities where the disciplined win and the reckless lose, and your goal is not to be perfect, it is to be consistent. Because consistency builds confidence, confidence builds precision, precision builds mastery, and mastery builds freedom. And this freedom is what you are truly chasing, not just financial freedom, but mental freedom, emotional freedom, the freedom to rely on your skills, to trust your judgment, to build your own path, to live life on your terms. And that is why you cannot give up, you cannot quit, you cannot slow down, because every moment you spend studying, every chart you analyze, every emotion you control, every rule you follow, every mistake you correct, all of it is turning you into someone the old you could never imagine, someone stronger, smarter, more focused, more disciplined, more patient, more capable, more resilient, and more prepared for the challenges and opportunities ahead. And this journey will continue to test you, push you, challenge you, stretch you, and reshape you. But every test is shaping the trader you need to become. The trader who doesn't panic during losses, the trader who doesn't get greedy during wins, the trader who doesn't chase the market, the trader who doesn't break their rules, the trader who doesn't trade out of boredom or fear, the trader who waits, who observes, who thinks, who plans, who executes with clarity and precision. Because this trader understands that success is not about trading more, it is about trading better, not about catching every move, but catching the right moves, not about winning every trade, but managing risk on every trade, not about being lucky, but being prepared. And when preparation meets opportunity, success becomes inevitable, and you are preparing every single day, sharpening your skills, strengthening your mindset, upgrading your strategy, refining your discipline, and becoming a master of the process. Because when you master the process, the results follow naturally, effortlessly, consistently. And as your mindset evolves, you start seeing patterns not just in the market, but in yourself, in your habits, in your decisions, in your emotions, and you begin optimizing everything. Removing what no longer serves you, eliminating distractions, controlling your reactions, respecting your plan, and elevating your standards, because successful trading requires high standards, high discipline, high patience, and high responsibility. And these qualities are rare, but you are developing them, embodying them, strengthening them, because you are not looking for shortcuts. You are building a foundation that will last years, decades, a lifetime. And this foundation is built on consistency, repetition, learning, and relentless improvement. And every day you show up is a victory. Every disciplined decision is a win. Every emotion controlled is a breakthrough. Every mistake learned is progress. And all of it compounds into a future where trading becomes not just a skill, but a lifestyle, a mindset, a way of thinking that empowers every part of your life. And in that future, you will look back and realize that every challenge, every loss, every struggle, every doubt was worth it, because it shaped the strongest version of you. The version who didn't quit, who didn't break, who didn't give up, and now stands with confidence, clarity, and discipline, ready for anything the market brings, because you have become unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. And this is the trader you were meant to be, the trader you are becoming, the trader you will rise into fully, because you have made a commitment to learn, to grow, to improve, to trust the process, to respect the rules, to control your emotions, to master your mind, and to build the life you deserve, one disciplined trade at a time. And no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, you will continue, you will persist, you will evolve, because you know exactly where you are going, and you will not stop until you get there.